June 15th, 2021. That was just a few days ago where Nintendo came to save the day at an otherwise dreadful E3, revealing with several exciting game trailers an extended look at the long-awaited Shin Megami Tensei 5's gameplay, main characters, overworld, and much, much more. Today we rejoice that it's officially coming this year, November 12th, 2021 in the West, and November 11th, 2021 in Japan. And now we take a deeper look at everything new and refined in Shin Megami Tensei 5. Man, it feels good to say that name now that it's no longer just this endless painful fever dream of mine. In the first few segments of the Japanese trailer, we can definitely confirm alongside demon redesigns that angels and demons are at war yet again, splitting the world of Da into a battlefield filled with bloodshed and constant danger looming all over the protagonist's head. It looks like they ain't ever gonna get along, huh? These are sure to be the starting moments of the game, as the English trailer sheds more light on a normal high school student's life being appended by a series of unexpected events pulling him into another Tokyo, called Da respectively. Being the first of many SMT titles to introduce high school students in a very long time, I'm very curious how they will handle the prologue of this story, bringing him from his school life and his classes as we see him in early bits of both the newest Japanese and English trailers, to the point where all hell or heaven breaks loose. The hero finds his way into Da, and demons are sprawling all around him. This we're familiar with, having replayed his death scene in the earlier trailers hundreds on thousands of millions of times. We've now seen the face of the deity that saves him in this scene, with his revealed canon name being Aogami, speaking onto the hero a major choice of life and death.
少年、死にたくなければ手を取れ。
Yeah, there wasn't really much of a choice there, to be honest. At this point, if all hell hadn't broke loose yet, it was well overdue and that debt just got paid, baby. Gameplay everywhere. Nintendo Direct, Atlas Tube, the attic at Cafe LeBlanc, some loser weeb's computer screen, and running, dashing, jumping, surfing on sand. You can do it all in this game and it looks so damn good. As much as I want to marvel at these major mobility changes the entire video, there's so much more we need to uncover in this overworld, so please, hold on tight.
Demons. This place is crawling with them.
Well, no, there's no demons to be seen crawling in this game. However, that's about the opposite when it comes to Shin Megami Tensei 5. Demons are spread out all around the overworld where you can see them from afar, you can approach them or evade them like you would in most recent Persona games, and attack them to get the battle advantage of acting first. You've seen this system before in many games, so I hope you feel right at home with this one. This game allows you to travel in several large areas of the map and discover demons of all shapes, of all sizes, and demons of all levels that your low-level ass might not be ready to fight yet. Luckily, if you're smart, hint hint, you'll avoid them until you are. Optional quests are making a return in this game, this time around being sprawled all around the map as demons you can make contact with and decide to fulfill their requests. I can already see this being a great way to show us how big the world really is, as you'll have to travel all around Tokyo and back to complete the quest, exhausting your honeymoon phase with the new fast travel options like running and jumping, as by the midpoint of the game you would have already become familiar and well versed. That may sound like a complaint coming from me that you'll have to travel so far, but I'm actually all for this. Just watch out for the many demons that want off with your head because, as I said...
let's see what happens here.
Is he just going right for you? Oh!
Whoa, he targeted me straight up.
Yeah, he was just
One
like,
hit,
no, we're
too.
done.
Dang. So, yeah.
The new UI boasts simplicity and an ease for us newcomers, as well as players coming from titles like Tokyo Mirage Sessions, Sharp FE Encore, which this game seems to borrow its UI design from. Yes, I think it doesn't fit the game all that well, I'll be honest, but it's starting to really grow on me every time I look at it. If you haven't noticed yet, there's a lot to unpack in the battle screen, so let's just push forward with this one. For one, the return of the press turn battle system, which is an integral and fun part of the modern Mega 10 experience, and its stylized design looking very neat on the eyes right now. I've noticed the slowness with how the icons move compared to other Mega 10 games, but it doesn't affect the overall speed of battle, which seems generally as fast as the earlier SMT3 Nocturne. If you take a look at the top left, you'll be surprised to see a little disco ball glowing to the ambient sound waves of this game's banger soundtrack. I just scoffed because it's actually not a disco ball, but it's the Kagasuchi, meaning moon phases are back and will have a direct effect on the gameplay, i.e. your battles, your fusions, and potential puzzles sprinkled throughout the game might be affected by the moon phases. Right under the press turn icons, you'll see a new gauge or a meter. It's called Magasuhi. From what I've been able to pinpoint, this is a meter storing Magatsuhi that can be found all around the overworld. It can be stored for use in battle as special moves, as you'll see in a couple of clips. If you see here, the moves that are labeled Magatsuhi are separate from standard skills, and it looks like many or all demons in this game might actually have them. When battles take place, you no longer see all the demons within the party on the screen at the same time. Instead, they switch positions depending on whose turn is active, which I actually have come to appreciate. I think it's neat, it's smart for limiting resources that the system uses, and it allows you to focus more on treating each turn as a 1 versus 1 battle. There are some skills that have been reworked to only target one enemy, so I think that this camera system actually works better. Honestly, it looks really cool, that's really what I'm saying. When you're using elemental moves, the color matching the element now surrounds the demon as an aura of energy, so you can always keep track of what skills are being casted throughout the battle from a color coordinated perspective. Aside from paying attention to the demon's health bars when fighting, demons now have low health animations, so you'll actually know how close you are to kicking some demon ass instead of just the tough guy bosses. In fact, another thing that's really cool when looking at the battles in this one person on the screen per turn format is the 1-to-1 ratio in size between smaller and bigger demons when you get into contact with them. It sells the world and how big everything is compared to you, the first we've seen in a mainline SMT on this scale. Everything that gives this game life gives me life, and I just can't wait to experience it for myself. Cars. Yep, just cars. Do you guys know how long it's been since we've been able to see cars in this game? In HD? I mean, they were in Nocturne, but they were hidden by the fog, and now you see them all in the streets. Well, in the desert, so to speak, but I've got to give these guys props, man. The madmen went and made a miracle. The way Unreal Engine 4 handles lighting and shade in this game is actually really astonishing to me. Around the map, light moves across the ground, making surfaces glow reflecting light, like the sand beneath the protagonist's feet, and illuminating dark caves that you might find the nastiest demons lurking in. I had to keep looking at this battle scene because I couldn't stop fanboying over some damn dynamic lighting. Look at how the scene gets split by the light on the outside and the shadow of the cave on the inside. Another big strength of using this engine is that battle scenes take place in different environments relative to where you stood when the battle was initiated. Gone are the lifeless copy-paste backgrounds of gray walls or the same scene of an empty desert with no distinction of its place on the other side of the map. Nocturne. If you initiated a battle somewhere with the corrupted building tilted in the background at a distance, you're likely to see that building in the background when the battle actually takes place in this game. I find that pretty badass. Like I said earlier, the light shows up in that particular area. It also shows up in the battle, so every battle is unique in how the models and the animations are presented. One of the more rough examples of this lighting is in the Cathedral of Shadows, where demons reside. During fusions, it seems that the vibrant hue of the cathedral's blue lighting actually shows on the demons, as Angel's head is actually yellow, but the light mixes with the surface and portrays it as green in this environment. Dude, I really can't wait to see how many more ways lighting makes this world pop out and feel more real. So, it appears Mito has officially left the chat. If you're wondering where our age-old master of fusions resides, well, we're gonna have to phone him through a comp of some kind because he won't be showing his face in this new Cathedral of Shadows. Instead, we're guided through fusions by the stark beauty revealed to be Sophia, a returning character to the mainline SMT games whose role in this game is actually vital to the progression of the hero's journey. That's courtesy of David Cash JRPGs, so I want to say thank you for that bit of info, David. You guys check out his video covering Sophia below. Sophia bestows upon the now transformed Nahobino the power to initiate demon fusion by himself by playing with his very own fingers, dude, a banger symphony on a piano type instrument. I don't really know what it is, to be honest. We already know how demon fusions work, so I don't have to say too much, but I admit that his skills on the keys, man, is making Beethoven look like a damn amateur. The case of Mito is not solved, however, so I digged up a bit of info that I could find on his potential focus in other games, and I revealed his likeness with destruction, chaos, and a bit of an obsession with Chemical X. Really just meaning he's a maniacally laughing psychopath whose only interest is to fuse demons endlessly to form the strongest demons he can come up with. Except he doesn't care about the befriending process, just stuffing their involuntary bodies into a painful storm of... yeah, maybe he's not in this game for a good reason. In just 3 deep looks into this game, we have been able to see the amount of care and thought put into this title, in addition with the standard that Atlus is attempting to set for future games. A hint of Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE, Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne, Shin Megami Tensei 4 and 4 Apocalypse, and DX2 make this game the perfect fusion piece for the newer crowd that's never heard of a Shin Megami Tensei game. So I'm actually excited when it comes to recommending people this game with the Nintendo Switch. Unreal Engine 4 is looking like a great fit for this entry, so I'm hoping that it stays for a good time and a long time. With my Switch now off life support, it's about time I dust it off and prepare it for its greatest Call of Duty that it will ever have. If I happen to miss any major updates in the current trailers or the gameplay of Shin Megami Tensei 5, you guys already know what to do. Do me that favor, drop a comment, and let's build a conversation around how much more we want to see from this game in the coming months. Until then, listen, you guys take care and don't forget to leave that like if you enjoyed the video. If you didn't enjoy the video, let me know in the comments as well. I've got to go look at these trailers 100 more times and be back to you guys with another vid, so I'm out.